everybody, it's Megan from Megan Likes Books, coming at you today with my March wrap-up and my April TBR. So, first book I read in March was Stone in the Sky by Cecil Castellucci. Not sure which way you say it. This is the second book following Tin Star. I enjoyed this book overall. I found, I loved the first 3/4 of the first book. And then the last quarter kind of, I won't want to say ruined it, but definitely hurt it a lot because there's a very, very rushed romance. This one's sort of the opposite. The romance goes from being super rushed to being more of like a slow, really awkward, but sweet, but awkward and weird kind of romance with a bit of a love triangle. But I did enjoy this one. Tula in this one is exiled from Yertina Pare, which is where she's lived for a long time on the space station. And she has to sort of travel around. Something very improbable happens. And then she tries to face off with Brother Blue, the man who tried to kill her and ruined her life. So I did enjoy this one. It wasn't amazing. I gave it 3.5 stars. Second book I read in March was an ebook, and I don't have my Kindle with me. It is Flunked by Jen Kalanita. This is a story of Jilly? I'm not sure how you say it. She is a 12-year-old thief, and she lives in Enchantia, which is basically like the kingdom of Far, Far Away from Shrek, where there's all the fairy tales mixed together. Her family is on hard times, so she steals, and then she gets caught and sent to reform school. The reform school is run by reformed fairy tale villains, like the Sea Witch and some other witch, like the Cinderella Witch, I think. And the Big Bad Wolf works there too. And anyway, some stuff happens and Gilly learns to put other people before herself. And it was cute. It felt really immature. She's only 12. And I think I was expecting it to be more YA and less middle grade. But overall, I still did enjoy it. It was fun. It was cute. It's not super memorable. I gave that one 3 stars. Third book I read was The Whisper by Erin Starmer. This one is a very dark middle grade. It's a sequel to The Riverman, which was also, I found, very dark. So in this one, we follow Alistair on a crazy journey that stems from the crazy thing that happens at the end of book 1. And he goes on this crazy journey, which then leads to a crazy thing that happens at the end of this book. Like, my goodness, this Erin Starmer guy can write an ending that you're just like. So, can't wait for the end of this trilogy because I need to know what the heck is going on. I did enjoy this one, even though it was pretty strange. I gave it 4 stars. Fourth book I did in March was Scandal by Lindsay Smith. This one follows Julia. Not sure. I went back and forth a lot on how to pronounce her name as well. She is a psychic who is also a spy. I don't really want to say too much because it would be spoiler for book 1, which is secret. But I did enjoy this book. I enjoy the paranormal aspects that go with it, as well as the historical fiction aspect, because it takes place in the Cold War, like in the 1960s. So that's really interesting because I learned some stuff about Cold War because we didn't cover it that much when I was in school because, I don't know, we ran out of time, I think. So it was really interesting. I did enjoy this one. Parts of it were confusing, but I think they're meant to be confusing, if that makes sense. So I give this one 4 stars. Last book I read in March is actually a graphic. It is Rat Queens by Curtis J. Weeb and Rock Upchurch. This one follows a group of 4 female mercenaries who basically run around kicking ass. It's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed reading it. Plus, I really like the costumes. Like, they are so cute. Like this one, I kind of want to cosplay as Hannah. So this one was tons of fun. I gave it 4 stars. I will say it is adult. There's sex, there's a ton of violence, there's drugs. But if that doesn't bother you, definitely try this one. It was tons of fun. And that was everything I read in March. So on to the books I plan to read in April. I only have one book I have to read in April, and that one is Unlovely by Celeste Conway. This one is about a creepy ballerina school, and this guy starts dating a girl from it, and then some unlovely things start to happen. So I'm excited to see where this one goes. It sounds like it will have some mystery in it, which should be fun. Next book I plan to read in April is Devoted by Jennifer Matthew. This one doesn't come out till the start of June, but I'm trying to, get ahead on some of the arcs I was sent. So this one follows Rachel. She is, her family's extremely religious, and it's, as far as I know, I think it's her journey of starting to maybe start doubting her family's morals and beliefs and possibly want to sort of form her own. I'm not sure. It's a bit different than what I usually read, but it sounded really interesting, so I wanted to give it a try. Next book I plan to read is to finish up a trilogy that I have no idea why I haven't finished yet, because I love the first book. I really enjoyed the second book. Why I haven't read this one yet, I don't know. It is Shades of Earth by Beth Revis. Can't wait to see what happens after what happened at the end of book 2. So I sort of know vaguely where this is going, but I really want to see what exactly happens next. And what happens with Elder and Amy, and why have I not read this book yet, finished the series? I don't know. Fourth book I want to read is Who is Mackie Spence by Lynn Kamer. This one Merritt sent me for review a couple months ago, and I would like to get to it. It is about a girl who almost dies, then comes back with magical powers. And that's all I know. So I'm going to give it a try. Fifth book I had on my TBR is Matched by Ali Condi. I've had this book for a long time. After I actually met Ali Condi at a book signing. So this one is signed. And I just have not had a chance to start the series, so I'm going to give it a try here. I know it's dystopian and there's a love triangle. That is what I know. So hopefully I enjoy this one as well. And the last 2 books I wanted to mention are the books I've already started that are in progress, so I definitely plan to finish them this month. First one is The Fault in Our Stars by John Green. I am probably the last person in the world to read this book, but I'm, fairly far in it. I think I'm in page 200 or so. And so far I'm trying not to judge it because I don't know how it's going to end, but I feel like I kind of do know how it's going to end because I don't know, so this can't be a spoiler, but I think someone's going to die. Because I'll actually be disappointed if someone doesn't die. Because, I don't know, I just feel like this book doesn't deserve a happy ending. That sounds really terrible. Anyways, the other book I'm currently reading is The Winner's Crime by Marie Rutkowski. And that one's on my Kindle as well. That one, I liked the first book, but this book is not going as well for me. It's very forbidden romance, which is not my thing. Because it's like, oh, I love you, but I can't be with you. And I love you, and I can't be with you. And I'm going to misunderstand everything you do so I can get all offended and upset. And we'll never be together, and blah, blah, blah. So, I'm like halfway through it. I'm hoping stuff starts happening because so far it's been a lot of pining, which is not my thing. So that's what I read in March and what I'm going to read in April. I can't wait to see what everyone else did in March and check out your April TBRs. Thank you for watching. I'd really appreciate it if you like or subscribe. And see you next time. Bye.